All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Hajime no Ippo, episode 24. All right, Miyata is down.
Miyata is not in a good way.
No. Mashiba
let the devil out.
Yeah, Mashiba went crazy. Just something snapped inside him, and he just ignored everything and just became a bruiser.
Yeah. Oh boy. But the thing is, like, I would have expected that they would end the episode with Miyata having been defeated and Mashiba then, going on to face Ippo, but they didn't.
Miyata's down. At count 4.
Right. So does that mean they're just gonna drag it out even more to make it hurt more, or does that mean that Miyata's actually gonna win because otherwise they would have used it as the cliffhanger for that episode? I don't know.
My thought is that if they do this and they want the fight to have any connecting tissue to this upcoming fight, because I still think Miyata's going to lose, is that they want Miyata's character development through this fight's loss to be really isolated within this episode. So in the count, they're going to get inside his head.
Sure.
They're going to explore him dealing with loss. And then when Ippo's and Mashiba's match starts, how Miyata is going to be cheering Ippo on. Not necessarily as loud as, Aoki or someone, but in the stands,
right,
supporting him and stuff.
Yeah. Oh boy, this is gonna be good.
This is gonna be really good. Yeah. I can't wait because it's leading all out to a blowout with these two just going crazy on each other. So y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
Ryusei no aiga kimi ni 一瞬の光を送ってる Yeah 愛の夢を見て Rolling go
we're gonna get a new one of these soon.
何も
It's about that time.
考えずに今を生きるだけの僕を Society street song. I want to dive lost to mind. I want to dive lost to mind. I want feeling. Itsumo. I want to dive lost to mind. I want to dive lost to mind. Why? I want to dive feeling over. Ryusei no aiga kimi ni 一瞬の光を送ってる Yeah 愛の夢を見て
Wait a minute.
Rolling go
Is that Mashiba? Is that Mashiba in the opening?
Yeah.
So, found out. Stepping on my foot like that, super illegal.
Okay.
Super illegal. So the ref just doesn't pay attention in this fight at all.
Yeah.
Probably because the main reason is because he seems to always be behind Mashiba.
Oh,
he's scared of being next to him.
Sure.
But if he was to the side, it would be easier for him to see that.
Yeah.
Which you always think is a shame in sports matches and stuff. There's some level of the promised place. So
I'm interested to see how the promised place would be referring to Mashiba if it was.
Well, the promised place could be standings, at the the finals,
Yeah,
And yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's still conscious.
Get up.
Oh, this whining kind of tearing sound.
That's true. That's just the build up for when he does.
Come on, Ippo, yell "Ganbatte!"
Yeah.
He always got up.
Nice. Whoa. Nice. Yep. Yeah.
Oh.
Come on.
Whoa, he's actually even going for that first. Nice. Come on, Miyata.
Come on. Go.
Come on, buddy. Wow.
All right. Let's go.
Oh my god. I did not expect that to happen. I thought he was gonna have a thing where he came up and then just went immediately back down.
Yep. Oh boy.
Oh my god. Wow, wait, Jacob, like, what if this is the story of a comeback, of the century
Yeah,
here?
I
Like,
mean...
wait for the bell.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow, he's still doing it. Even with,
Yeah.
is his foot hurt? Like,
possibly.
Because there was that little bit of pain.
Yeah.
When he stepped on it, did it like, ugh.
Yeah, because Miyata's footwork was always what made him such a contender. But
Yeah. So he's just minorly shifting his legs a little bit to stay. Yeah. Wow, Miyata.
All right.
Miyata. Oh. Counterpunch. Is he gonna go for it?
Oh yeah! Oh my god! Oh yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
And it wasn't even strong, but it. It.
Yeah.
Oh, it was too weak because he didn't put his legs into it.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get to the next round?
I don't know.
We're seeing Sorasu versus Juyo right here.
Basically,
like, yeah. Oh, his legs are trembling so hard. Oh! Bell! Yes! Yes, Miyata!
All right.
Oh! You did it!
Calm down.
Probably. Oh, what happened though? Ah. Yeah, crap. Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh shoot.
Yep. Oh. Yeah, you're done.
Yeah,
You're
I was
done.
gonna say.
Yeah, you should concede, but no, he's not
But the
going
promise
to.
he made.
Yeah. And in a lot of ways,
no.
but you wouldn't be able to play in the next match if you did get to it. You know?
Right, exactly.
Son, please listen to me. Yeah. Don't Determinator, please, no.
Oh no.
No. Oh, crap.
Oh man.
Watch him do this on all of his weight on one foot. Watch him basically be like, I'm gonna do this with all my weight on one foot. Oh, the bromance is too strong.
Yeah.
He's gonna shift into some Karate Kid on one foot you know? No, there's no way that would ever work.
Oh man.
Okay. So he believes in him. Awesome.
Alright, but...
Yeah, it's his career, it's his life, it's his body. But... Oh! Jeez. Don't blame yourself, Ippo, if something happens. Please don't blame yourself.
That's a guy!
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh. No.
So it's his right foot, right?
Crap. Crap.
Oh, no. I mean, we predicted Mashiba to win, but... Oh, that shot was like him circling like a predator. Oh, yep, here it is. Oh, the music. This is so legit.
Oh, that. I heard that. I felt that.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Oh.
Oh, okay, okay. Yep, yep.
All
He's
right.
using one
All
foot.
right.
Is he getting ready to launch into a pivot
I
with
think
his
so.
left,
Yeah,
even though he never pivots with his left?
All right.
Yep, he pivoted with the left. He pivoted with the left.
Oh, oh no.
It's like sparks going
no.
off.
Ah! 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 Ah!
He's leaning against the ropes, yeah. Oh my god, how are you still doing this? What?
Did the look in his eyes scare him that much?
Oh, what is this fear?
Is Miyata about to let the devil out?
No, I think Miyata's just like, I have more reason to be here than you.
Right, right.
Why are you in my way?
Like you are going to have to kill me.
Yeah. And it's terrifying because it's meeting a beast that's every step. Whoa. You know that? Oh, whoa, whoa. Yep. Yep. I was gonna say, you know that feeling you get when your body's giving out, but you still push on, but it's like you're starting to actually lose consciousness? That's what happened here. The pain was just too much. So he was almost done before the punch of Mashiba's even connected.
Right, right. Yeah.
Yep. There it is. What a fight! Oh my god!
Holy crap.
Just...
Wow.
Wins the death match. And Mashiba saw it, that it wasn't his punch. Okay, 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 carry him out, like on a stretcher. Like, don't make him walk, don't make him stand, and don't make him anything. Yeah. Yeah, good, good, good. Oh my god. Mashiba knows. Cool, that'll add to his depth, I would say, that he's aware of how close it was. Well, here we go.
ここまで這い上がってくるまで一歩の頭の中には宮田しかいなかった。宮田がいたからこそ
Wow.
それまで生き残る。
Oh.
敗因は試合について一言。宮田さん、とりあえず意識は戻している。我々の問いかけにもはっきり答えてるから今のところ心配はないが、これからのことは精密検査を受けてみんことにはなら。どんな形にしろ生き残った方が一枚上だったということだ。終わりだ。帰ってくれ。
Get out of here. Trying to stir up a controversy or something. Oh.
幕の内くんか。から君が顔を見せたら伝えてくれと。
何か
Sorry, I couldn't fulfill my promise.
約束が守れなくて
Yep.
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 すまなかったと。
Yep. It's okay, buddy. It's gonna be okay. Oh, it's so badass. All right. But see, now Ippo, you get to be in the position that we talked about.
Yeah.
You get to win this match for him. Oh, now he's pissed.
He's pissed.
And it's
You're a
easy.
calm man's wrath.
It's easy. Yeah. Oh. Oh, careful! You're starting to look a little like Mashiba there. Oh.
Okay. Wow.
All right. All right.
All right.
And you know what's crazy? Like,
What?
you think about Miyata, someone who was beaten by Ippo by a lucky punch, right?
Uh-huh.
Mashiba beat Miyata in a lot of ways by, I'd say, a lucky misstep of the referee not, paying attention.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But, Miyata just kind of keeps like getting better and better and better and stuff like that over the course of the time that we didn't see him over the middle of the show that we've seen thus far. Like, he's totally coming back, like, even better and stronger than before.
I don't know. I mean, I hope so, but...
Oh.
But the thing is, yeah, he went for it. He risked everything and potentially threw his career away.
Yeah.
And he still isn't able to... And he still didn't make it.
Yeah, being a determinator
that
doesn't
sucks.
necessarily win you everything. Okay. Wow, Miyata. Miyata. Miyata.
Oh.
You legend. You.
Yeah, I
you
mean...
legend in the making. You have won your way so deep into our hearts.
Oh, definitely.
Wow.
Because, okay, the thing is that Ippo is the heart of this show, right? He's the main character.
Yes, absolutely.
And Miyata was a fantastic rival, but with everything that had happened up till now, I felt like it was more of how Ippo treated Miyata as a character and as a rival than necessarily Miyata himself.
I guess.
Like, he had good motivations and stuff, but just because we didn't see, all
his
that
journey.
much of him. Right, we didn't see much of his journey. So,
comparatively, for sure.
So, but this here was, oh my god. Wow.
Yeah, this was the good stuff.
This was really good.
So it was better than we could have predicted. In that they went and had most of the episode be basically the continuation of the fight and the commentary. So dealing with the stepping on the foot thing there.
Yeah,
that's not
right. And yet people noticed that happened. Apparently, I guess just the referee didn't. But
well, the idea I think is that the referee, either he noticed afterwards or he did notice, but he didn't stop it in time for the damage to not take full effect. And then what can he do after that? It's not, I don't know if it's a thing of where in boxing you have like, kind of like soccer rules. You have a certain number of flags you get put out.
Yeah, because like I would think that there could have been maybe some like a flag thrown earlier when Mashiba kept punching him after the bell rang or whatever.
Well, I think at that level, it's they allow for certain amounts of like,
But that was like very clearly like punching over the ref,
yes, and that might have been something where we're not going to see them actually call him on it, but the ref keeps a tally of certain things.
Yeah, maybe, but
and maybe certain things are worth certain things,
and
or
as
whatever.
long as it and as long as it's not something that ends up causing a switch in how the match goes, then there isn't too much point in showing it, because especially with the outcome that they were going for, having not showing the referee, like, you know, keeping track of those sorts of things just adds to the feeling of injustice at all of it, that, you know. So
totally.
Which just makes us even more excited for Mashiba to get taken down by Ippo.
Right. So Mashiba has been 100% set up as the bully that stole your opportunity to fight with your rival.
Yep.
So in another way, they killed your best friend. Is basically the boxing equivalent.
And the thing is that even though Miyata didn't die, he might have, in a sense, killed Miyata because his career could be over at this point.
Yeah, we don't know.
You know.
We don't know. I would say that it's like there's no way it's going to be over, because in the cathartic kind of capitulation sense, like I want Miyata to come back even stronger, even more dedicated into his style of boxing, because
he is very dedicated. He's insanely dedicated.
Because not only is he insanely dedicated, his technique was so good against Mashiba's insanely good flicker jab, machine gun, like crazy barrage of just ridiculous attacks. It's something that I would equate basically to my little Star Wars reference of Sorisu. It is perfect defense. I mean, and in a thing like boxing, we saw how a defensive strategy like with Kobashi is so insanely effective, especially if you have the physical acumen to back it up. And Miyata has that. Right. His reaction time and speed is so insane.
Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. Because he manhandled Mashiba up till Mashiba did that. He knocked down Mashiba with a perfect counter punch early on. Right. And Mashiba was just not able to touch him, and he was floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. And then Mashiba reached up with a pair of scissors, and
okay, so we have Ippo, Takamura, and all of them watching and giving commentary. I liked that Ippo maintained hope, even though Takamura, with his experience, knew that it was just a matter of time. Right. And that we saw also how dangerous a minor injury to an appendage, like a limb, can be in boxing, especially if it's your legs. Because one of the things they built up to us who know nothing about boxing, but I think could understand where a lot of the power of a punch comes from, is that it's distributed amongst multiple parts of your body. So not
the whole body coming together to...
Yeah, not just the bicep, the shoulder, not just the rotation speed of the chest. It's also that step, that pivot, that drive with your hips. In some ways, it feels like the same mechanics that you would with swinging a baseball bat. And yet there's more of a striking bit there, so your arm does come, I would say, more into it in that respect.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But just that even with that, he pivoted with his other foot and still gave punches that took Mashiba back, and he was like, I'm getting scared here. Right. Which, by the way, didn't we talk about something like that? What? That Mashiba being kind of a bully means he's led by fear?
Oh,
And this is, I think, a direct...
Oh, yeah.
At least not just an example, but another buildup of that.
Right, because the thing is, as awesome as it was for Miyata to have that moment where he's just forcing back
anime eye powers,
with just anime eye powers. If Mashiba kept his cool, he wouldn't have been worried.
Not at all.
It would have been like, cool, yeah, bring it. And then it would just destroyed Miyata.
Right.
But he didn't.
He didn't.
So, there's probably something there. Maybe his backstory or something, or just the fact that he, because he's a bully, he sees everything in that light. So then maybe he is able to, he doesn't like to be in situations where there's something he doesn't understand, because he's never really had to have courage, maybe. I mean, I get the feeling that's not what it's going to end up being, because they're probably going to give him some very sympathetic backstory.
Right. So my thought with the backstory where he gets this eye kind of thing there, I don't know if Miyata's eyes actually are green.
Yeah, and it also looked to be in the very center, which is where the pupil is, not where the iris is. So, you know.
So, yeah, I'm getting more the vibe that Mashiba broke at some point and became this way.
Sure, yeah.
But there were things that probably caused that, and I would
like
say...
if it's the abusive dad thing or something along those lines.
It's something that probably also led him to boxing.
Yeah.
And I would say that boxing is probably his... I wouldn't say recovery, but like something where his coping mechanism or something like that. Because I would assume that if we assume the worst about him and that he is some bully that just likes to inflict pain on other people... If we assume even the slightest bit of characterization beyond that, I would say that boxing is still a coping mechanism because it's a legal way for him to get off, essentially.
That frustration,
And yet, with people that are, I would say more or less multidimensional, venting frustration, means that the frustration came from somewhere else. Like it's something that they chose to go into this because they have a lot of frustration.
Exactly.
And yet we've been seeing this fear kind of thing being tantalized, I would say, by us here. And when people are afraid, when people are very scared by like I would say, yes, Miyata was terrifying here.
Yeah,
and it makes a lot of sense. I would be scared too. It would break a little bit of my understanding of the human will.
Right.
But like, in order for him to actually fight Ippo, Ippo is the one that can take like 5 times the punishment Miyata can.
Yeah.
Mashiba will go down so hard if he hasn't ironed out his will.
Now Ippo isn't as good at dodging and like avoiding and stuff. So there is that. Mashiba will probably end up connecting way more
with
his flicker jab and everything than he did on Miyata. But yeah. Like Miyata's punches will feel like by comparison he'll be like, oh yeah, I took those punches, and his weakened punches at that.
Sure.
And then he's going to be going from that to Ippo.
Yeah, Ippo I could see though being a little bit reckless and letting his defense down, and it's
because he's upset.
Yeah, and Mashiba doesn't have to worry as much about defense because he's an all-offense type. So Ippo can't get past the flicker jab, meaning.
Right, but I could also see something where because Ippo can take punches and he's been in fights where he had to just trade blows and,
that's true.
If you're a calm man's
lunges into it.
He just doesn't care.
Yeah, like it's possible.
Like they could end up doing something I could see where they basically make it be something not of whether Ippo's going to win, but is Ippo going to win in the right way? Like is this going to be something where he wins just to,
vent
beat Mashiba into a pulp, and vent his frustration.
Ooh.
And if they wanted to make Mashiba sympathetic, that's a way that they could do it. Is he staring down an Ippo with murder
anger,
eyes,
rage? Yeah. That's actually a good point. Ippo is looking to vent some frustration.
Understandably.
But that parallels him with Mashiba.
Yep.
If Mashiba is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So in some ways, what could be interesting here is you say the idea of him staring down Ippo, who's like terrifying, gives us a little bit of sympathy towards Mashiba. Is Mashiba would then be looking potentially in a mirror.
Oh.
So maybe we'll see some actual development happen in the ring, in the middle of the whole thing. And it's something where obviously it isn't going to be realized, in the ring. I think that would be a bit, pacing wise, that would be a little bit weird to try. I mean, I don't know how they would do it.
But
I think you would have to realize it afterwards.
They've got 2 episodes left. Yeah, in the first.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, that's a good point, because since this is so long, it doesn't necessarily have to end on the hard, 2-core.
I would assume. Mark. I would assume it does.
I'm assuming it will.
But sometimes 2 cores is 25. Sometimes 2 cores is 26. So
yeah.
We'll see.
With Mashiba, one of the other things they could do is they could. Okay, so if it is something where he had to face, say, like if he had an abusive dad or something like that, and he sees like rage in the other person's eyes.
Yeah.
they could do something where it triggers a flashback, essentially, where he remembers what it was like, and then suddenly that also brings the most out of him, so that it's the most spectacle of a boxing match as well.
Oh, because it's just two animals going at it.
Right.
Yeah, and then people like Takamura and Kamogawa will have to pull back Ippo, basically be like in the corner after a round or whatever, and be like, hey, snap out of it, kid.
Yeah,
what's your deal? Like, you're a better boxer than this. Like, what are you doing out there? And he's gonna be like, he you know,
and maybe
he made Miyata break his promise, and it's like, no, kid, kid. That's the past. You're here in the present.
Stay focused.
I want to see his little hair thing on his forehead like twitch in like frustration. Then he like slaps Ippo like hey. Sprays water in his face.
Right, and this is an extreme example of something that we're only just seeing a kernel of in this episode, that we have never seen in full form or anything from Ippo before. So it would be something new if they ended up doing that, but they could totally do that. They could do that.
With Miyata's foot injury, do you think it's something where he has it? I would say so. So you have the foot, but there's the bones that connect out back to the toes, you know?
Right, so I'm guessing
it's a little bit upwards of that?
Right, so I'm guessing it's the ankle, because what I...
Really?
Yeah, because what they
it's more
said...
in the middle.
Well, what they said, and I think this was very important, is they said it wasn't about the... It wasn't about the fact that he stepped on his foot, right? That's not going to break your foot.
It was that he punched when...
It was that he punched, and basically he had to go flying back, but his foot wouldn't move, right?
Oh, so then the ankle then... Yeah.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And that seems like the thing that would cause the most issue, as far as, because the
whatever's rotating. Yeah.
Exactly. Because and then when he's trying to drive into a punch, it doesn't work because your foot isn't really connecting well to the rest of the... You can't plant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would just think that if it is his ankle, while that's going to cause the most pain, he might be able to, at the very least, plant it in a position where the ankle doesn't grind up against something that's
maybe ideally, like if he was up really close, but
well, the part where okay, so if we imagine that this is his foot and this is his leg, it was when he inclined it this way that he had the pain.
Right.
So my thought was that he could lean back and go for this, and it wouldn't hurt necessarily.
Right.
Much.
Well, and sometimes, and every time, just thinking about the sound that his foot.
It was
made,
like a
it was
sparks
like
noise,
it was cracking and crunching, like it was ha ha ha.
And they intensified it over the course of the match. It was a really nasty sound.
That was
yeah.
But a lot of times also on his punches, it would be that foot would be like he would be kind of on the balls of his feet, you know, and that would be kind of dry, and he would be driving through that. So I don't know if that would make it easier or worse on his ankle.
Well, my thought,
assuming it's his ankle,
right? My thought was that if it was something where he had to incline this way in order to drive through it, he had to shift. Because this is what he did. He ended up shifting his weight actually onto his right foot.
Right.
Now, here's the thing that I would say kind of makes, I would say, the ankle thing not work if it's the ankle, is that it wasn't actually necessarily the rotation. It was the incline and the pressure being put, because this part of the foot right here, you have the toes down here. I think it was this part right here where there was an actual like minor crack potentially. Okay. And the thing is that I don't really know the position of all the bones in the feet, in the foot, but there are a ton of them. In terms of like the actual density of bones and stuff in the foot. It's quite a few.
Well, they said it. They said they thought it was like a sprain or worse or something like that.
Well,
So that makes me think that it would be something that is where bones connect, not on the bones themselves necessarily.
Okay. It just, okay. All right. Possibly. My thing with this is that instead of it being a thing of where he can't put weight on it, it's that he can't drive with it. He can't do this motion.
Right.
So instead of what I thought he was going to do, which was put all of his weight down on his left foot, he actually puts all of his weight on his right foot and lets his left foot just hang there. Which tells me that it's not an issue of, basically being able to put weight on it. He can. It hurts. But it gave him the pain and stuff like that when he when things contracted there. You understand what I'm saying?
He kept his injured foot in the air.
No, he kept his non-injured foot in the air.
I'm pretty sure that's not right. Why would he
exactly
stand completely on the foot that isn't injured?
Because it's not the putting the weight on it that was the problem. The putting the weight on it hurt, but it was the actual
okay.
Because then when he takes his punch, he drives with his left foot. They were saying your right foot is injured. That's the pivot foot. And he's like, oh, it sucks to be you then. So then he holds his left foot in the air, basically saying, at the right moment, I'm going to drive and basically switch, pivot in hard and like try to pivot from my left foot and actually do a counter punch. So he just sits there and he is putting off a little bit of the weight by leaning onto the back of the ring and stuff. But it was either the most badass kind of thing ever where he's basically just accepting the pain as he's sitting there like that, or he's mitigated it in some way by the position of his foot in combination with the ring.
So Miyata is very smart.
Yes.
Maybe I just can't see it. But what possible reason could he have for basically saying, I only have one good foot now. I'm going to not use that good foot.
Yeah, but that's what he did. I know, but
I think you have that wrong.
Okay, I can go back and show you, but it's clearly the right foot that's injured. Now,
I was pretty sure it was the left.
Okay,
foot,
let me show you real quick because this is important because the thing about Miyata is that he has all the defense that he basically Sorasu's it and waits for the counter punch, right?
Sure, but he still needs his footwork. Yeah,
he still needs his footwork, but he can't drive any strength into.
It's quite a bit later.
Oh, it's quite a bit later?
Yeah.
Okay. For sure. So...
But, yeah. If that is the case, then that would be very interesting because they made such a show of every time he did something with that foot, it, like, was breaking.
So there's that. Mm-hmm. That's, it inclines to the left right there, so that's the right foot. Okay, hold on. Maybe I'm missing something here, but this is.
Mm-hmm.
This is something where. See, okay, here we go.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He says, "What's this?" He's holding up his left foot.
Yeah.
Actually, that is strange.
Uh-huh. Right. So then he puts it down and that's his left foot and it gives out and he can't do it.
Am I missing something here? There's a part where they say it's his right foot. Okay, maybe we go back to the point where it's the where they're actually like in the corner, because when they're in the corner they talk about.
Okay. Yeah, and he's about to go and touch his left foot. Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh. Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
But,
interesting.
So
yeah, I guess then he's
standing on his one good foot and then bouncing against the cables, the ropes, to compensate for the fact that he doesn't want to put pressure on his left foot.
Yeah, I guess I was wrong. What I felt like what they were showing is, remember when they showed every time where he would crunch, like
Mm-hmm.
it would crunch and stuff like that? It always looked like they were showing one foot only. Like they zoomed in enough to where you could
they're
only
focusing
see
on it a bunch. Yeah.
one foot. But I guess it always seemed to be the one that he was actually putting the weight on. The one that was actually getting the the weight on it. Why would it crunch at all if he was lifting it up in the air?
Well, right. It wasn't crunching when he was lifting it up in the air. That's the whole point.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's when he pushes. It's when he puts it down and tries to use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then if he was doing it the other way, then yeah, he was just saying like, I guess I'll put all that pain into one counterpunch.
Right,
Hopefully
exactly.
It'll knock him down before
Yep.
I do the thing there. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
wow, that changes a lot of my perspective on the whole thing. I mean,
you were like, holy crap, what is he doing?
Yeah, I still think in some ways I must have been seeing things, or I missed something in recapping the episode, but whatever. Okay.
This fight between Ippo and Mashiba though is going to be so insane. Like when I think about it, the idea that it's like the overall general purpose, like outline structure type stuff of, rivals.
Yeah.
The optimistic main character, and they're going to face each other in the finals, and it was all going so great until the bully character comes in and just, he cheats and he beats up the best friend, and the best friend tries, and he really tries, and he does an amazing job, but it's still not enough, and his his whole career of boxing might be over because he pushed on. Yeah. It's like, when I say it like that, there's a part of it that just sounds kind of cheesy. But the way they own it in this show, the feeling behind it, everything.
Well, it's because this is something that they built up from the beginning.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I think that it's primarily also because Ippo cares so much about this whole thing.
Does, yeah.
If you had it to where it was primarily just Miyata, Miyata was just kind of looking up at the main character and being like, I will be like you. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't really feel as important. But the thing is that I think that Ippo considers Miyata to be his better in almost every way. Mm-hmm. So because in some ways there's this miscommunication, where Miyata considers Ippo in a lot of ways, I would say his equal, or someone that would be, the only one that's really beaten him, in another way of looking at it.
Sure.
He sees him also in some ways as better in certain aspects.
And that ties into the whole coming of age story thing that this show is very
Definitely.
Well. Of now Ippo's needing to reconcile the fact not just that his good friend was, that this happened to him, right?
Right.
But also that he's kind of got to stand on his own 2 feet now, right? He's got to face the thing that the person that he looked up to couldn't face, right? And not that Miyata didn't face Mashiba, but that he wasn't able to beat Mashiba.
Right. Right. Totally.
So,
yeah. So y'all, we're headed into the finals for the tournament. And Mashiba and Ippo will be fighting. I do hope they give a little bit of downtime in between the matches because there's some very cool conversations that can happen. There's also the girl who might potentially be connected to this whole thing.
Right.
And then there's also just Ippo's current emotional state right now.
Yeah.
There's the kind of things where, the old guy Kamigawa and also Takamura can now kind of step in and be like, all right, you saw how he fought. You have a strategy, Ippo?
Yep.
Because if you don't, we have some things we can give you some tips on. And Ippo will either reject those in his, single-minded, just kind of systematic, frustration with Mashiba. But also we could potentially use some opportunity to showcase things from Mashiba's perspective.
Yes.
And maybe how the previous fight rattled him too.
Right, yeah, because it definitely...
It did.
It reached him. It shook him. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's pretty interesting. So, yeah, y'all, if you want to see the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us about stories or just Hajime no Ippo, non-spoilery stuff.
Right.
Of course. Or just hang out and, chill, do whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.